to another video here. Turn the light on in here. Today I just got a notification that my Clinched flares got delivered. Oh, it's cold. But yeah, I'm taking a break from the hospital right here, and I'm gonna run home and get well, this thing's running weird. Don't know what the heck that was about, but yeah, I just got a notification that my Clinched flares got delivered, so I'm gonna run home and unbox those for you guys and show you why I got new ones. So the company actually hooked me up and sent me some of their flares. So they have like an option to like buy slightly damaged or slightly scuffed up parts for the cheap. I'll put their link in the description, but they sent me out new sliders for the front and rear, the 7 centimeters in the front and the 12 centimeters in the rear. Because as you guys know, if you've seen my Instagram, you've seen the driver's side rear flare here. It kind of fell apart on me, and these front ones have seen better days. They were a full slider flare at one. Yeah, I'm gonna run home real quick, show you guys the box and show you what I'm replacing. And I'll probably make a video on just like explaining how I went about putting these flares on in the first place, because not a whole lot of videos out there of people cutting up their Panther platform and putting bigger flares on it. So I'll do like a quick rundown. I can't obviously cut up the car for the YouTube channel because I've already done it, so I'll just kind of explain how I did that. Because the front end there, you kind of have to modify it a little bit and make sure you don't cut up the wiring harness that goes through the front fenders. But yeah, I'm gonna run home here real quick and show you guys those flares. Oh, it sure is a foggy one out today. Yeah, good old hospital. I've been in and out for the past 3 weeks with our baby. It's been pretty hectic. Like I said, if you guys want more POV videos like this, just let me know. It's not really my strong suit because I have to drive one-handed, but I can make it work. All right. Let me go. There we go. Yeah, so you guys know how I've been running 305/30 and the 265/35. But I think I'm gonna have to do a slight stretch on the rear because it does keep hitting the flares how I have it set up. So I think I'm gonna do a 275/35 stretched on a 11-inch, and then probably up front do a 255/35 on a 10.5. I think that's probably my best bet. But I don't know, we'll see. So right now these winter tires are 285/35. And they seem wider than the 305s I had, but you guys see that rubbing up front. I explained that in the last video. One of these days I gotta bring my car to an exhaust shop and have them weld up all the leaks that I have. Can only do so much with exhaust clamps. So this whole exhaust is just exhaust clamps, so nothing's welded. All right, pulling up on my place here. See if they got delivered or not. They were supposed to come tomorrow, but Clinched sent me a message and said they got delivered, so. Huge shout out to them, by the way. They've always been super helpful and super supportive of everything I do. I've never there's a lot of nice companies out there, but this company has always been like super supportive of everything I've done. And they've always been like super helpful. So yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to them. And then like I said, I'll put a link in the description. Go check out their flares. Or if you have like a Mustang, or I think they do some BMWs, like full wide body kits. I've been teasing them or shooting jabs at them to do a Crown Vic, but there's probably no money in that. I'd be the only one that wants one, so it's not worth it to them, you know. All right, let's go check. Oh yeah. And that's their name right there. You don't need to know my address. But yeah, I'm gonna bring these inside and open them up for you guys. So like I said, huge shout out to them. I don't know if that's backwards or not, but let me pull my address off there. Clinched. Clinchdflares.com. All right, let's open this. So these came from their like inventory that didn't come out perfect. Like they'll need some sanding and primer. I believe these are their 12 centimeter. Yeah, so these are the ones that run on the rear. And there's the other one. Oh wait, this would be the front. So this is what I used to have. I'll throw a little clip up there when I was running the full slider on the front. I do kind of miss it, to be honest. But like I said, I hit a pothole, or it's like a dip in the road, and I caught the edge of it and it just snapped it. So I only had like this much of the slider. And that's the other side. I'm actually super pumped to get these on. Couple Clinched stickers. Don't worry, these come packaged better when you buy the brand new ones. These weren't they're brand new, but they have issues. So if you buy the perfect ones, they do come in better packaging, so don't worry about that. So like I said, these bigger ones will be the rear flares. And these smaller 7 centimeter, or I think it's 2.7 inch, will be the fronts. Yeah, like, I don't know if you guys have looked closely at all to the ones I have in the car right now. They're pretty butchered. They're not very nice at all. So yeah, I'll actually go outside and show you guys. Yeah, so back to the hospital I go. Yeah, like I was saying, I wanted to get new flares because, as I'm going to show you in the hospital parking lot, these ones are pretty bad. They're cracked from my tires hitting them. They've just had a rough life since they got in the car. From terrible fitment destroying them, and you know, cop. I don't need to be pulled over right now. If you guys would like to check out the flares that I have, or check out their other options, they didn't pay me to say this, but they did hook me up with some slightly but perfect fender flares, so I figured it's worth giving them a shout out. And they've always been super supportive of this build, because it's something you don't see, you know. But yeah, I'll put a link down below of the front and rear flares. They're called their universal slider flares. I think they look pretty dope. I was gonna mold them into the body, but I don't think a slider flare would look that good molded. If I were to do a mold, I'd have to do one of their other options instead. But I'm gonna pull up to a somewhat lit area to show you guys. There's so many cars. Yeah, I'll park over here and then I'll show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. So like on the front flares here, my winter tires just ate up these fender flares. And then like I said, the slider flare comes all the way down to the bottom up here. So I only have like that much of clearance before it hits. So if there's like a dip in the road or something, it'll scrape. Then what it did is just rip that right off. So I just ended up cutting it here, cutting it the same spot on the other side. Yeah, so I'll be taking these off. I'll be filling in these holes. I know you should weld them, but I'm probably just gonna sand the whole fender, throw some body filler on it and call it good. But yeah, she's rough, I know. Just having fun with it though. And like up here I gotta do some work. My front lip needs some work. Oh, look at that, I have a burnt out fog light. And then back here happened, was it 2 days ago? Hit a huge dip in the road. See, look, I don't got much suspension travel here, but my tires do not hit, as you can tell. They don't hit this. So it's pretty impressive. But it was enough, because look at this. Because my flare is like this. And if you got any suspension travel, it's gonna rub. So I hit that dip really hard and it just like pushed it up and cracked it. So I just ripped that thing off and then it's cracking right here. So the 12 centimeters go in the rear and the 7 centimeter go in the front. But yeah, so I can't wait to throw the new ones on here. This side isn't as bad, surprisingly. I even got less holes in the fender, but this would probably, I would say, is my good side. Man, this poor car. I've neglected it. At least she runs good though. I'll give it that. My GT500 rotors, my C5 Corvette calipers, they've been treating me well for the last couple years. Yeah, I'm excited to get this whole flare back on here. Then I'm gonna cut out again around this corner light. And then like these back ones, it's starting to crack here, got a hole here. Like I said, I'm gonna try a 275 or even a 265/35 on the back here, so you can get like a slight stretch going inside, so it can tuck right up inside there, so it's like minimal rubbing. But yeah, she needs some loving. I ain't gonna lie. That especially this one. So I'm pretty excited to get started on this project. So like I said, huge shout out to Clinched for sending me some replacements. They will need some work sanding down and then priming them for paint and stuff, but I'm gonna try to do it the correct way this time instead of self-tappers. I just threw some self-tappers through the flares into the body and called it good. But I think this time I'll probably try to spend a little more time and put some riv nuts in there so it can be put in there properly. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. Oh, and I got a pretty exciting thing coming up for the seats here. So they're not Corbeau or Brom seats or any company like that, but I'm giving this Amazon company a shot. People say don't buy Amazon seats, but we're gonna see why. So they're willing to work with me on that. So get rid of these ugly, they're not bad, they're comfy and everything, but I've always wanted a black interior. So these seats gotta go. And they're not even like a good color, they're like a weird off tan. Like if it was the, what's that color? It's almost like a grayish white I think they call it like Dove something, or light flint, that's the name. These aren't even light flint seats, they're like a nasty tan, so can't wait to get rid of these and put the new black seats in. Then I gotta figure out what to do with the back seat. What are you guys' thoughts of 4 bucket seats in the Crown Vic? It's been something I've been pondering lately, and like build a custom center console all the way back and just run four bucket seats in here. I don't know, we'll see. It's been something I've been thinking about. Yeah, I wish I could be posting more, but with the baby in the hospital, it's been kind of impossible. If I'm not at the hospital, I'm working, so it's kind of a crappy situation. But I haven't even been able to install those Metco Motorsports rear upper control arms, upper and lower control arms, so, and their Watts link, which has sucked, but family comes first, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and show you guys the upcoming project. Once it warms up, of course, I'm gonna just let these old flares run their course with these winter tires. I'm sure the winter tires will just chew them right up. So if you see me driving around town, yeah, it's gonna look like a pile, but I don't care. I always get people saying, "Dude, that car's sick," but in reality, if you came and looked at it up close, you'd be like, "What the heck is this pile of crap?" Dents everywhere, like 50,000 self-tapper holes, cracked flares falling apart. My passenger side exhaust is always hanging lower than the driver's side. Probably the only cool things about this car is the exhaust, the big brakes, the upcoming control arms, and probably my interior. Other than that, the exterior is pretty rough. It's nothing to get excited about, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna head back into the hospital, wrap up this day. I will catch you guys whenever I can post again. See ya.